Hello, friends. This is your girl, Felicia. I decided to take a few minutes today just to do a quick video to talk about two things. I normally would not do a video about anything that goes on in Nigeria, but today I just felt the urge to say something. And one of the two things I need to talk about today has to do with a video I watched on YouTube last night about Verydarkman playing a video of Bobrisky pretty much confessing to the fact that she was convicted but was never really went to prison, but instead he was put up in an apartment to serve his prison term. And the only reason was because somebody somewhere intercepted the judgment of him going to prison. Instead, he went to an apartment and pretty much continued living his life like he was never convicted, as long as the public never knew anything about it. And that was exactly what happened. So then he went on in that same video talking about fouls, either contributing money to come up with the 15 million that the EFCC person asked for him to bribe them so they could drop the money laundering charge. So he was able to somehow gather the 15 million to pay them, so they dropped the money laundering charge. Now, the only issue I have with all this is this. Bribery in Nigeria is the order of the day. I'm not even surprised about that. That one, whatever. Now, the whole part of even convicting Bobrisky or even arresting him at all, let alone convicting him for spraying of Naira, I think is complete bullshit. And that's because I have grown up seeing people all my life. I've gone to events, seen videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on whatever, of people, politicians, like high profile people, spraying the Naira. I don't think even any of those people knew it was a crime. I never knew it was a crime. But okay, now that somebody has found the law somewhere, decided to dust it off and start enforcing it to be a crime, and now Bobrisky is the first scapegoat, it's all well and good. There's nothing wrong with that. I wish, they start enforcing every single law in the book. I think that would make Nigeria great again, if we actually start enforcing every single law in the book. But we know that's never going to happen, because look at this now. Somebody decided to enforce the law with the spraying of Naira, and somebody interfered with the judicial process by making sure Bobrisky never went to prison, instead was put up in an apartment. If you're going to enforce the law, enforce the damn thing the way it's supposed to. Otherwise, why even bother? Leave people alone. Let them spread the freaking Naira. It's not as if the thing has that much value anyways. Leave people alone. Let them continue doing what they have been doing for as long as we've all known it. Okay, so that's number one. Number two has to do with the post I saw on Instagram this morning with Fowles giving the Verydarkman 24 hours to retract his statement. Otherwise, they will pursue legal actions against him. I love Fowles and I'm a fan, but I think this is wrong. Okay? The person you should be going after here, Fowles, is Bobrisky for dragging your name into his mess, not the Verydarkman who is only bringing it out to the public. That's the only thing he has done here, and he didn't do anything wrong. Okay? We need to start holding each other accountable, and that is exactly what this man has done. Okay? You can't just go around putting a gag order on people just because you have money, influence, power, and the means to do it. I mean, you are a lawyer. You came from a legal practicing family. You should know better. Whatever you are being accused of right now should not, in fact, your name should not have even come up. Your name should not have even come up, because you know better. You know better. You know the law. Even we know the law doesn't work in Nigeria, but at least you know. Okay? Things like this should not even come up. It should not even be in the same sentence with your name. Verydarkman is only calling it out. And with him not being afraid of anybody, which I absolutely love about him, not being afraid of anybody, not being afraid of calling anybody out, and now your name is being spoken ill of, and you're all up in your feelings, and now threatening legal actions for retracting. Why would you even tell him to retract his statement? He has the freedom of speech. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. He has the freedom of speech. Let him exercise his right to say whatever he needs to say. Okay? So if you didn't do it, all you got to do is come out to either confirm or deny it. Or if you don't even want to do that, that's fine too. Just ignore the man. Ignore him. But if you must say something, come out and say, no, it is not true. Or if it's actually not true, let Bobrisky himself come out and say, no, that's not my voice, so I did not say that too. Faz was not involved. Oh. At least let one of you come out and deny it or confirm it. And not nail Verydarkman to the cross for only speaking up about it. Okay? So leave the man alone. Leave the man alone, because at this point, he's probably the only one that still has some level of moral compass in that country. Because now, with you, pretty much flexing your influence, money, and power, against Verydarkman, what makes you different from the rest of those corrupt people that are running Nigeria to the ground? What makes you different? Because that's what they do. That's what the rich people do. That's what the politicians do. The minute you start speaking ill of them, then they find a way to oppress and suppress people's voices. That's exactly what you're doing right now. And this is abuse of power. Okay? This is wrong. Wrong is wrong. Leave the man alone. Let him speak. You come out and defend yourself or ignore it. Okay? And if you must go after somebody, go after Bobrisky. And not Verydarkman. All right? I still love you, Fowls, and I like your music. I'm still going to keep rocking your music, whether you like it or not. All right? Peace.